that I'm thinking that the...
All right, play some more. I mean, do we have some more that we want to play? I don't...
That I'm thinking that the 5% that we're talking about is a reasonable request. It seems that I'm thinking that the 5% that we're talking about is a reasonable request. It seems like as we have lost the money, whether it's from local government aid or from the homestead credit, that we've never levied back all of that money and have worked to find other ways to cut. And particularly with a strategy where we're working at trying to at least match kind of any increases with cuts.
Come to me and then go back.
In that 300,000 range.
Here. Back.
That seems like a fair approach. And so it's unfortunate that we have so many unknowns, most of which have to do with contracts and that type of...
Your guy. Your guy. First of all, he says, since we lost LGA, local government aid, we have phone calls already. Maplewood doesn't get local government aid. 5% that, you know, where does this stuff come from? You know, it comes out of workshops. You know, they have their little dinner before the council meeting where I'm sure, you heard what I said at the council meeting. I'm going to have to start going to the dinner meetings to hear about the decisions that they make. Because then when it comes out to the council, it's, you know, a unanimous vote, not much discussion, and so the taxpayers are left out of the loop. And I do want to say that, yes, there was one council person missing, James Lannis. Somebody said to me after the meeting, no, he was probably at one of his gay, lesbian, transgender events, so probably wasn't there. So I don't know why he wasn't there. All kinds of stuff. That what I was talking about with the not notifying property owners when there's improvements, or call them improvements, call them expenditures, but they impact the property. And we're talking about Van Dyke, White Bear Avenue, it's Cope comes in there, where they put that turnaround circle in there. And so the staff went ahead and worked with the developers, and they don't have the authority to do that. You know, up at Maplewood up there, that they have so many well, not consultants, but planners and architect engineers that, you know, they have to keep doing things to validate the existence of these high-buck people. And so they get into these projects, just like the project that they want to do in the Gladstone area, which we always called the tourist cabins, the old mobile home park. And so, you know, all I can say is shame on people like councilperson Julie Waslick, shame on the whole council. They're talking about giving the developer, I think the figure there that I heard thrown around was $5.8 million, and that they want to put in what they call low-income housing. You know, when you give them TIF money and when the taxpayers are on the line to fund this stuff, it's subsidized housing. And so you end up having a situation that if any place right off of Phelan Lake, if that couldn't support market rate housing, I don't know what could. They're calling it the Shores. And originally, the conversations I heard that the developer wasn't asking or wasn't going to ask for tax increment financing where the taxpayers had to get involved again, that it was going to be market rate. But you know, these developers, as soon as they get in there and there was some foreclosure stuff, I'm going to maybe